Everybody wants to start a business and make thousands of dollars a month, but which one should they really start? I've been through mobile detailing, can cleaning, mobile snowball stand, and many other businesses. I don't say this to brag, I say this so that I can tell you guys which service is going to help you very much integrate into a new lifestyle. If you chose the wrong business, you could potentially waste years on it, pick one that is just honestly the hardest, and choose one that doesn't give you the fastest and easiest money. I'm going to come out and say this right now, cutting customers' grass is an absolute beast of a service. I owned a lawn care business back in high school, which I had a bunch of friends working with me, and I only had about 30 to 50 yards. But that being said, even this small amount of yards or small amount could overwhelm anybody, whether you're grown or even if you're a teenager. Let's start with what's going to require more time. Mobile detailing jobs, I usually end up doing about 2 hours is my longest. I get to have jobs this short simply because I only offer basic services, meaning that I could potentially get a job, go out there for 2 hours, and land $200 to $150 simply by just vacuuming it out and washing it. 𝗤𝘂𝗂𝗜 is incredible, especially if you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments. Give 𝗤𝗂𝗜 a try for free. Just click the link in the comment section and the description of this video. 𝗤𝗂𝗜 is also the fastest way to send estimates, invoices, and secure payment from your customers, and even providing you with real-time business analytics such as close ratio, sales, and expense tracking. When in comparison, your average job of cutting the grass, edging the lawn, and weed eating, doing it all alone, this could take you over 2 hours. This also just takes way more intense work and a lot more moving around in the heat. But after that job, you're going to walk away with, hey, maybe $45 to $50. So if we were ranking it on how much money per job you're making, mobile detailing takes the cake. But this also brings me back to what's going to bring you the most money recurring. Mobile detailing is the more difficult one to bring you very often jobs, simply because customers aren't opting into this monthly service because they have other things like a car wash. These people aren't getting this every single month. But lawn care is in fact the opposite. People 100% need their yard upkept, and if you're the guy that's doing it, trust me, they're gonna have you for a long time, and they might even hire you every 2 weeks. Your lawn care customers aren't gonna bring you the most amount of money per job, even though eventually it will add up. They're gonna constantly have you working, and it's gonna be very easy to maintain a long-term schedule with each client. Your lifetime is gonna be very long, until the colder seasons, of course. That being said, lawn care customers are gonna stack on much quicker, and over time, you're gonna bring in more money. And like I said, mobile detailing is the most difficult for bringing in longer term customers who are going to work with you month after month, where lawn care takes the cake. Now, if we took my personal opinion and experience of just going through all these businesses, I would never start a lawn care business again simply because of how difficult it is. These jobs stacking on top of each other as quickly as you can if you're marketing the right way will burn you out more than you think. These people are working every day, cleaning up yards, doing lawn care, cutting the grass, everything. They're maintaining these clients' yards, and there's no end to it. They can't even hold on to workers. And they really can't stop every single day until the colder seasons because people are relying on them to have their yard upkept. Whereas people that you clean cars for are good for a couple months without you. A lot of my subscribers have been struggling to get more customers or even their first customer. But I developed my own lead strategy that has gotten me my first $10,000 in jobs. And good news, my course is completely finished. If you guys want to learn my strategy of how I've gotten $10,000 in free leads that I can continue to service day after day after day, there is now a number that you can contact. Listen, the course is not going to be for free. I give away a lot of good information on this channel, but if you want to take your business to the next level, or you're thinking about starting a business but you don't know how to get customers, in this course I'm going to teach you how not to get scammed, how to get thousands of dollars in free customers that you can service on and on and on, also how to talk to customers and make sure that you sell your service quickly and efficiently with my own personal messages that I've had with customers. You guys can contact this number up here, and if you send me the word strategy, we're going to get you set up immediately. And having more customers and a larger client base isn't going to crush you by any means. This all being said, from a side hustle perspective, if you wish to start this business and have a side income and you want to not use all of your time on it, start a mobile detailing business. It'll be very beneficial to you because it has a cheaper amount of equipment required. You're actually going to hold on to workers, and it requires less intense but more boring work. Or if you want something to build up fast, occupy more time, and to last you even a more extended period of time, start a lawn care business. But remember, you will absolutely struggle to hold on to workers, you might burn out pretty fast unless you're staying with a steady schedule, and scaling will be infinitely difficult. I believe that genuinely to make this decision as easy as possible, you have to look at all the facts. Like I said before, mobile detailing is very simple, it's an easy niche, doesn't require too much equipment, when in comparison, if you were trying to do lawn care, back in the day I had a mobile trailer. I had to have renovations on that trailer to hold a toolbox for all the stuff that you might need, because lawn care isn't just as cut and dry as a weed eater, a blower, and an edger. You can use a weed eater actually as an edger. So there's a couple different little hacks to be able to limit how much equipment you need, but you're gonna realistically need a good mower unless you want to push mow all your lawns, which I do not recommend. That sounds atrocious. So you're gonna need a pretty quality weed eater. You're gonna need a blower no matter what. Can be backpack or non-backpack. The backpack one is just stronger. And you're also going to need to think about the fact that this isn't going to roll over into any other different businesses, right? I'm able to do my can cleaning with all of my freaking mobile detailing equipment. But with this lawn care stuff, it's just going to tally you up really quickly. You're going to need a pretty good riding mower, which is going to cost you a pretty penny, let me tell you now. Just because a zero turn is going to be very helpful, it allows you to get into all the little nooks and crannies, whether or not you have to get into a big backyard or if it's a big front yard, whatever it is going to make it harder to get into the backyard too. So you probably want a push mower as well. That's the hard part, is that there's so many intricacies whenever it goes into lawn care, right? Or if you're going to try to leverage it into not just cutting grass, but you're also doing like grounds care, like taking care of people's flower beds, stuff like that. You're going to have the trailer already, but it's going to require a lot of other stuff that you're going to need to buy on top of that. And these jobs are ridiculously hard. Not that going through different people's yards and cutting their grass and weed eating and blowing and edging is the hardest thing in the world, but it's pretty difficult, right? With a mobile detailing setup, if I really wanted to, I could have a mobile trailer that had a hangover on it to where that I could cover myself up from the sun, or even just bring a simple tent, but I could cover myself while I'm doing the job. If you don't understand how ridiculous that is, that's amazing, because this takes all the outside factors of it away from you. Now, another thing that I didn't even mention in the beginning, you have to worry about in lawn care. You have to check the weather. Dude, if it is raining, you're not going outside to work. If it's stormy, you're not going outside to work. If it rained the night before really heavily, you're not going outside to work. And these customers aren't going to like the fact that you're going to have to cancel the job that day. Then you're not only going to have to make it up to the customer, coming back another day doing their yard on top of all the other yards that you missed and the ones that you would have already been doing. So, like I said in the beginning, it's super helpful to be able to stack on jobs, be able to stack on clients really easily. Back in the day, I'm telling you, I passed out maybe 100 flyers, and I picked up 30 consistent, month after month after month, consistent clients paying me $45 to $50. In the beginning, you're going to cut your cost. You're going to try to go for something a little cheaper because you want to be able to compete with these other guys that already have credibility, already have consistency, already are efficient with how well they cut the yards, and like I said, the credibility. These people know whenever they see that monogram truck pull up and 4 guys come out with all their industrial equipment, they know what kind of work is getting done. They know that they're not getting cheaped out by some teenager, 18-year-old kid that has a trailer, a push mower, and a couple weed eaters. They're being dealt with by a bigger company, so they're not just like a small fish. And you're going to be sitting outside for hours and hours and hours. That's kind of why they have to pay so well out there at the grass cutting for these grass cutting companies. They have to pay you so much money. I have a buddy that works for one that pays him $20 an hour. Now, you're really putting in some labor, bro. You're talking about you're beating the hell out of your body. Not only if you're going to do this for years and years and years, I know a guy that he's never worked for anybody else, which if that's your goal, this is something that could set you up permanently. Lawn care being set up, people are sticking with these lawn care companies forever, and they're always going to need their grass cut. And the older people get, and the more technology we get, the lazier people are, the less they want to cut their own grass. People would do anything to pay for you to cut their grass. This doesn't just go for high-income customers. A lot of the services that I push are luxury services. So, even though mobile detailing is super simple, everybody has a car, not everybody is eligible to really want to pay for this to have it done. It's a luxury. So, but when it comes to the customers that you're going to get for lawn care, you could work for rich people, you could work for poor people, you could work for middle class people. Everybody needs their grass cut, and not everybody has the equipment, 1. 2, not everybody wants to buy the equipment, and 3, not everybody wants to cut their own grass. But whenever it comes to how long it might take you to clean out your car, vacuum it, wipe down the surfaces, clean the windows, clean the windshield, get underneath everything, you could probably do that yourself within an hour without having to pay all these other people. It would be nice if these people would have less pride and find less value in cleaning their own vehicle, because it would make me more money. But that being said, it's just way easier to pick up lawn care customers. So the trouble here is that it's so much back and forth of, one is easier on the body, easier labor, you're less likely going to be in the sun for much longer, you're not going to burn out that fast. It is harder to hold and maintain consistent customers for a long period of time, whereas lawn care, you can absolutely hold on to a lot of customers because it's only about $40 to $50 a month, which some people pay double that for gym subscriptions. So you could imagine that people might be able to afford it. You can offer it to a much wider variety of customer, and it's something that might even set you up for life with customers that are going to be very retainable with a long lifetime and very easy to work with. So kind of depends, but one is going to be able to take you a long time, and one is just going to be a side hustle. So I think mobile detailing, you could do it full time. I'm not exactly sure how much money you'd make. If you really were pushing jobs, you could do great stuff, but it is much easier, much easier, and much more long-term sustainable rather than a grass cutting business doing lawn care. You're going to burn out. And if you can't hold on to workers like a lot of people can't, unless you're paying ridiculous money, you're going to be screwed.